President Paul Kagame of Rwanda has sharply criticized the Democratic Republic of Congo's government, dismissing their accusations as baseless and counterproductive. Kagame's comments come amidst escalating tensions between the two nations, fueled by the ongoing conflict in eastern DRC. The DRC accuses Rwanda of supporting the M23 rebel group, a charge vehemently denied by Kigali. At the heart of the latest dispute are the DRC's efforts to pressure European football clubs into severing ties with Rwanda. Clubs like Arsenal, Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain have lucrative Visit Rwanda partnerships, promoting tourism to the East African nation. The DRC government views these partnerships as providing indirect support to Rwanda and its alleged role in the conflict. Kagame, however, has ridiculed these attempts, calling them futile and misguided. He argues that the DRC government is deflecting attention from its own internal issues by creating external enemies. Instead of targeting Rwanda and its economic partnerships, Kagame urged the DRC leadership to focus on addressing the root causes of instability within their own borders. He stressed that lasting peace in eastern DRC can only be achieved through genuine internal dialogue and reconciliation. Kagame's pointed remarks underscore the deep mistrust and animosity that currently define relations between Rwanda and the DRC. The ongoing conflict, marked by accusations, counter-accusations, and a devastating humanitarian crisis, shows no signs of abating. The international community, meanwhile, grapples with its role in mediating a peaceful resolution to a complex and deeply entrenched conflict. Central to the conflict is the M23 rebel group, which the DRC claims is armed and supported by Rwanda. Kagame, however, vehemently denies these allegations, asserting that the M23's weaponry is obtained not through Rwandan support, but by capturing arms from the armed forces of the Democratic Republic of the Congo on the battlefield. He argues that the FARDC, plagued by corruption and inefficiency, is losing valuable weaponry to the very rebels they are supposed to be combating. Furthermore, Kagame points to the DRC's military collaboration with the democratic forces for the liberation of Rwanda as a serious point of contention. The FDLR, a Hutu extremist group, was involved in the 1994 Rwandan genocide and continues to pose a security threat to Rwanda. Kagame views the DRC's alliance with the FDLR as a direct threat to Rwanda's security and a betrayal of regional peace efforts. This collaboration, Kagame argues, exposes the hypocrisy of the DRC's accusations against Rwanda. He questions how the DRC government can justify partnering with a genocidal group while simultaneously accusing Rwanda of supporting rebels. Kagame's assertions highlight the complex web of alliances and rivalries that fuel the conflict in eastern DRC, making it challenging to discern the true motives and actions of the various actors involved. Kagame's statements have further strained the already fragile relationship between Rwanda and the DRC. His accusations against the FARDC and his condemnation of the DRC's collaboration with the FDLR add fuel to the fire of an already volatile situation. The international community faces an uphill battle in its efforts to mediate a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Adding to the tensions is the breakdown of communication between Kagame and DRC President Felix Tshisekedi. Kagame has revealed that he has not spoken to Tshisekedi recently, highlighting the lack of direct dialogue between the two leaders. This absence of communication further complicates efforts to de-escalate the situation and find a peaceful resolution to the conflict. The international community, while urging restraint and dialogue, has also criticized Rwanda's alleged role in the conflict. The United Nations Secretary General, the UK Foreign Secretary, and France have all expressed concern over Rwanda's alleged support for the M23. The UK has even warned of potential aid cuts to Rwanda. However, these statements and warnings have done little to deter Kagame, who remains defiant in the face of international pressure. The Southern African Development Community deployed a military force, the SADC mission in the DRC, in December 2023 to help stabilize the region. However, Kagame has criticized SAMIDRC, accusing it of bias towards the DRC government and of supporting the FARDC and its allied militias, including the FDLR, against the M23. This stance further isolates Rwanda from regional efforts to resolve the conflict. The lack of communication between Kagame and Tshisekedi, coupled with the criticisms from the international community and Kagame's distrust of regional peacekeeping efforts, paints a bleak picture of the diplomatic landscape. The situation calls for urgent and effective mediation to prevent further escalation of the conflict and address the humanitarian crisis unfolding in eastern DRC. Lost in the political posturing and accusations is the devastating humanitarian cost of the conflict. Millions of people in eastern DRC have been displaced from their homes, seeking refuge in overcrowded and unsanitary camps. The conflict has exacerbated existing vulnerabilities, leading to food insecurity, a lack of access to healthcare, and a surge in gender-based violence. Children are particularly vulnerable, with many suffering from malnutrition, disease, and the psychological trauma of displacement and violence. The international community, while providing humanitarian aid, has struggled to meet the overwhelming needs of the displaced population. The ongoing violence and insecurity hinder aid delivery, while funding shortfalls limit the capacity of humanitarian organizations to respond effectively. The situation in eastern DRC stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict, where innocent civilians bear the brunt of political disputes and violence. As the conflict continues, the humanitarian crisis deepens, threatening to destabilize the entire region. A concerted effort by all parties involved, including regional actors and the international community, is urgently needed to address the root causes of the conflict, end the violence, and provide much-needed humanitarian assistance to the millions affected by this ongoing tragedy.